Hello and welcome everybody, and welcome to another top 5 video. In this top 5, we will be counting my top 5 favorite Unovan Pokemon. And Unovan Pokemon is a little dear in here in my heart because I played the very first game that I actually owned first was Pokemon Black and White. So there's a lot of opinions that I actually have over the game. So without being said, this list will be 100% my opinion. If you don't agree, please leave your own top 5, or if I miss anything, in the comment section below, and let's get this discussion going without further ado. If you do enjoy my content, I do a lot of anime and Nintendo gaming related stuff in this YouTube channel, and Pokemon related stuff in this YouTube channel. So please consider leaving a like and checking out my content and subscribing. Without further ado, let's proceed into number 5. Number 5, the illest spider Pokemon, Bug and Electric type Galvantula. I don't know about you, but Galvantula is always that slick design for a spider Pokemon compared to Ariados, which Ariados is still pretty decent and pretty good in terms of design, but you can't really, I feel like it's rarely used in competitive scene. And for me, overall, design-wise, stat-wise, I feel like Galvantula just beats out Ariados in my opinion. And just look at the design. Like, it has those glowy claws, very feathery. I like feathery, or a lot of fur in it, and really cool design and very slick design. It can be very viable in competitive. It can set up your sticky webs, your electro webs, what have you. Very fast Pokemon. I love me some Galvantula action. And ever since I first played Pokemon Black and White, I've always have this mon in my team. One of my top favorite Pokemon, in my opinion, in Pokemon Black and White, Generation 5 Pokemon. Without further ado, number 5, Galvantula. Without further ado, let's keep proceeding to number 4. I always this gotta be without further ado counter in this freaking video. So yeah, let's go on to this. Just goes to show you, like, it has a very slick, cool design, very short stature, but very cool design. This Pokemon will kick you in the tush, like seriously. The Hoodlum Pokemon, dark and fighting type, Scrafty. Oh my goodness, the amount of times that I swept through a game using a Scrafty or a freaking Wi-Fi battle, like precious. I love how, sure, it may not be the fastest, but it can tank some hits and it can dish out some hits. So yeah, Scrafty, design wise, stat wise, like, I've used it countless of time in countless of my playthroughs throughout Black and White, and even a little bit in X and Y, because, well, you could actually catch a Scrafty in X and Y. So of course that was greatly appreciated, and I've used countless times freaking Scrafty. So without further ado, number 4, the Hoodlum Pokemon, Scrafty. Yeah, very cool design stat wise. So without further ado, let's proceed into number 3. Are we counting the without further ado kind of counter? Yes, I say that a lot. Number 3 is, I feel like number 3 is severely underrated. Number 3, one of my all-time favorite dragon type, not just in Unova or in overall of Pokemon, Haxorus. The Hax Jaw Pokemon. And for one thing, it's not even just because Iris has it. And Iris is one of my top 2 favorite champion next to, I think, Steven and Cynthia. But yo, or top 3. So Haxorus is one of my favorite, and not just because it's Iris's ace, but overall design. It's quite menacing to see this Pokemon, like, literally have an axe for a face. Design wise, it even is shiny. One of my favorite shiny. Have you seen it shiny, bro? All black kind of coloration. Oh my goodness, that's why it's here. Design wise, Haxorus, it's just too bad though that it gets overshadowed by, I think, one of my favorite Unovan Pokemon. It gets overshadowed a lot by that Pokemon, and for good reason. That Pokemon is really strong and really viable and competitive, and it gets overshadowed. But regardless, Haxorus holds dear in my heart because just such a cool looking Pokemon. And they could have done more to my mon here, Haxorus, but regardless, it's just gonna stay right there on my top 3 Unova Pokemon. Without further ado, see you in number 2. What? Why did I say see you? So let's go on to number 2. Number 2 is Volcarona, the Sun Pokemon and the Bug Fire type of the Unova region. I mean, it's always been presented as one of the strongest Pokemon. At first, I actually mistaken Volcarona for a legendary because of how they present this powerful Pokemon. Like, they present it in a random ruins kind of location, back and white and black and white too. I always mistake it for a legendary, but it's not a legendary, and I don't really count legendary Pokemon on this list because it's just a non-legendary, non-starter, and non-mythical list. So Volcarona is actually not a legendary, which is kind of a bummer because it looks like a legend, it feels like a legend, it's presented like a legend, but regardless, Volcarona, design-wise, freaking badass. This is the OG boss Pokemon in my opinion, and Volcarona trumps everything in terms of design, looks, aesthetics, design, move pool. I think move pool. I always carry Quiver Dance with all special attacks kind of Pokemon. It's a sweeper in my opinion. So without further ado, number 2, one of the most powerful bug types in all of Pokemon, Volcarona, the Sun Pokemon. Without further ado, let's proceed into number 1. The one that overshadowed Haxorus in Gen 5, Hydreigon. I mean, for good reason. It's fast, it can be defensive, it can be really, really offensive based kind of Pokemon. It's very viable and competitive, it's very flexible, or what's that word? I can't think of the word, but very flexible and competitive. Design-wise, it's really badass. It's menacing with just 3 heads. And the shiny really looks badass with those green, the blue kind of turn into green and really accentuate those colors. And I freaking love the design, like the green coloration for this mon. And then overall, I think even though I like that shiny, I think I prefer the non-shiny better. But regardless, awesome design, menacing Pokemon, and overall, guess my top vote for the best. I think one of the best Pokemon in Unova region. That would be my top 5 Unovan Pokemon.